Almighty God, grant us the courage of Jesus Christ, your Son, to face the coronavirus pandemic with trust, strength, compassion, and resiliency. Give us the grace of the Holy Spirit to free us from fear and anxiety so we may do actions of help and support and look forward to our healing with hope. We pray for the health workers, food maintenance cleaners, logistics abler, government leaders, and volunteers who continuously come together to deliver our daily needs to survive. Guide us from this time of crisis. Preserve us in peace. Protect the weak and vulnerable and those who serve to society during this pandemic. This we ask and pray in Jesus' name, our Savior. Amen. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide, the future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Paborito ng bawat Pilipino, basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan, kahit nasaan ka man ito'y mapapakinggan.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. We now bring you the program that brings together leading personalities, representative insights, all together in a meaningful and delightful conversations as your social barometer. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Hosted by breakthrough millennial boomer Gracie Valenzuela. Only here on V81 Radio.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie. It's Sunday once again, and as you know, every week we try our very, very best to bring you something unique in the arts and culture scene here in Metro Manila. And of course, for the benefit of our audience from other countries like the US, Australia, and Hong Kong, and I know that we're also reaching those in the Middle East. Welcome! Mabuhay at salamat at pinapakinggan niyo kami. Sinusubaybayan niyo ang Let's Chat with Tita Gracie. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. And as you know, everybody now is glued to their mobile devices or their laptops because we're all in quarantine. Everybody's at home, hopefully all safe. And we're trying to pass the time by surfing the internet and finding what is out there for us to enjoy or to share. And if you notice, since the start of the ECQ in March, most of the major artists all over the world have been conducting virtual performances because they're also in their homes, they're following the strict rules about quarantine and to make sure that everybody is at home and relaxed. They have been doing their share in logging onto the Facebook or Instagram and providing us with entertainment. You have everyone from Andrea Bocelli to our very own international artists like Lea Salonga and Gary V. And they've all echoed the importance of staying home, being safe, and also doing some advocacy work to assist our frontliners and the people who are out there and trying to keep everything in order in the hospitals, out in the streets, just to make sure that the COVID-19 virus is controlled and to help people uplift their spirits. Today, we're going to take a look at a special segment of our entertainment scene, and this is the chorale scene, the choirs of the Philippines, the choirs that we are so proud of, because I do know that over the last few years, our major choirs have been winning accolades in various competitions all over the world. So let's take a closer look. Who are these people? Who are these artistic and creative people in the choir scene in the Philippines? What they have been doing, and also because the trend now is virtual performances. Later on in the show, we're going to be treated to some of the very best virtual performances of the different choirs in the Philippines. Let's kick off our interview with our first two guests, who are the officers, movers, and shakers of the Philippine Chorale Directors Association. I would like to call on the president, lovely lady, Miss Beverly Shankwang Cheng, and Mr. Irvine Redor. Hi, good
Hi, good
afternoon.
afternoon. Irvin.
Hello.
Irvin
Hi,
Redor.
Bev. Hi,
Hello.
Irvs.
Hi.
Thank you very much for sharing today, this afternoon with us here in Tita Grace with Tita Gracie.
We're glad
And
to
And
be
yeah,
here.
thank you for inviting
I'm
us.
very, very honored to have you. And I'm sure that so many people out there are waiting to hear about the chorale uh, scene in the Philippines. So, Bev, what is this group and who comprise your membership?
So this is an association that was formed how many years ago, Urs? Do you know specifically?
2009.
2009, so about 11 years ago. And it
11
was
years.
formed by a group of conductors as well. And it is essentially an organization that gathers different choral conductors from all over the Philippines, gives the opportunities to them to come together um, through educational programs like conferences, assemblies. We also have during our assemblies and concerts that where we feature choirs, but it's really essentially for the conductors and through the
Yes.
conductors the choirs.
Yes, it's a very specialized field in music. And not very many people are aware of the kind of training and development that a
Mhm.
conductor must undergo. Can you give us a glimpse of what exactly a person who is into choir conducting has to go through?
We have, I think, a combination of conductors who finished a degree in music, major in choral conducting, or probably also in other majors, but also music. But we also have um, a big number in the Philippines of lay conductors who are not necessarily educated with a college degree in music, but then it kind of starts out by being, maybe if they're church musicians, if they know how to play an instrument, if they're the best musician they have around, they're kind of forced into doing it, and then they start doing
Yeah.
it and they become better at it. Or we also have like school teachers, music teachers, or even mape teachers who are assigned to teach a choir, and then they just go ahead with it. So it's like a mixture
Yes.
of people who are professionally trained and not.
Yes. Choir music is heard in churches, in schools, and I myself have been a member of different choirs throughout my life. In St. Paul's, I was a member of our high school choir, and I remember it was one of the high points of my high school life because we had a very good musical director,
Yeah.
Emily Simon, and we had a major concert with the Ateneo choir, and it was so exciting. It was my first attempt at being on stage and performing. So I love the discipline of being part of a choir and the energy that you feel, no, when you're with the choir. And how do you think it enhances uh, the singers? What kind of environment do you want to foster in a choir?
I think this is something that Herbs would probably be
Okay,
good at, since he's a very seasoned choral singer. So I think, aside from being an arts administrator, he could also speak from the perspective of a singer who's been doing it for so long and
sure.
how that is for him. Yeah.
Well,
Herbs, maybe would
yeah,
like to
actually,
hear from you now.
yeah. Um, being a member of the choir for so many years already, it it has been my community already, my support group for like when I was still in college, when I was still singing with the Ateneo College Glee Club, and then I joined the alumni group, the Ateneo Chamber Singers. So it has been my group of friends, my circle of friends, mostly are from choir. So I think that's one of the main contributions of a choir in a person's life. So um, yun eh. And I think
Yeah,
yun,
was that part of your one of the major influencers in your choice of being an arts manager for this choral directors association?
yeah, actually, kasi looking at it in a macro level, parang being part of a choir is just like being part of the society na parang you're a soprano, you're alto, you're a tenor, or you're a bass. Individualized, but bringing all these voices together is makes something na nag-harmonize. So parang it's a reflection of society and the yeah
Yes.
of a bigger picture.
And I do know that the art scene in the Ateneo campus is very robust, no? And I'm talking even as early as in the 70s because I remember during my time as a high school student, and I'm really dating myself here because I was a freshman in high school when I was part of my school chorale, and we had a joint concert with the Ateneo High School Glee Club. And that was like I told Bev earlier, was one of the high points of my high school life. And truly, being practicing an art, being part of a group, instills in you a certain degree of discipline, and
Yes.
you discover unknown talents. And it's really a great, it opens a lot of doors for the youth to for self-expression, for creativity, and you learn a lot about yourself as a student, no?
Yes, actually, Tita Gracie, there's this joke going when we were still in college na parang we were actually major in choir kasi imagine in a week we have 3 rehearsals. Each rehearsal will
Yes,
be like 3 hours. So that's like
yes,
equivalent to nine units, diba?
yeah,
And then it's
that's
also
true.
because of the choir na we got to travel to Europe. Some choirs travel to
Wow.
the US. So some of our members learn how to do their laundry, iron their clothes, just fend for themselves. So ang daming natutunan, and then you have to balance your studies and your learning your pieces. So it's really yun nga sinabi mo discipline and ayun.
Yes. And a lot of my friends in my high school choir some of them became professional singers and theater actresses who are still active in the industry today. And they would, if I were to ask them, where did you actually start your craft as an artist, a lot of them will point to the time when they were part of a choir in school.
Mm.
And that's a great thing, when you follow your passion, and it becomes your life. It really becomes your life. Now, prior to the ECQ, what was your association doing? Were you busy with the performance, or maybe you can give us an insight or a look into your activities?
Ma'am Deb, do you want to to answer?
Yeah, sure.
Bev,
We
maybe
actually
you could
just
share.
yeah, we actually just concluded a national convention that we had in October last year, and so with the new set of officers, well, some overlap, started this year, we actually just started to plan for like a 3-year calendar of activities that we would do. And supposedly for this year, we were going to have six six different seminars in different locations in Philippines, focusing on different um, disciplines regarding conducting. Like basically, like seminar workshops for conductors in different parts of the Philippines. But then with the ECQ in place, that has been like a, what do you call that? Like a stop button to
Yeah.
Yes.
to all of
It's what
because
you
it
call a
a
hard
lot.
stop. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's what we call a hard stop. Whatever it
Yes,
is
yeah.
doing, you just stop. That's the way the ECQ was promulgated. And my next question
mm.
would be to Irv. So how has the ECQ been, how did it impact your activity as an arts manager for your association?
Well, for yun nga, as what Ma'am Bev mentioned, we have to stop our educational programs for our members, and I think it's really the prudent thing to do. Also, like we have to fundraise instead of us fundraising for our event. We knew that um, other more important things should be prioritized, like food for the masses and stuff. So that's one of the challenges, and then also for choirs kasi we catered like for weddings or
Yes,
choir sing for funerals, choir sing
true.
for corporate events. So
Yes,
lahat 'yun nawala eh. And
true.
also globally there are two notable events that were also canceled. Um, there's this event in New Zealand, the World Symposium for Choral Music, and then the World Choir Games in Belgium. So all of that were canceled because
Yes.
everyone can't do anything.
No, we can't. We can't.
Yeah.
So, which brings me to the point of virtual performance,
Mm.
because we're all in our homes. lockdown or quarantine, call it what it is, but we are all in the privacy of our homes. The good thing is we're all connected by the internet. So the idea of now having virtual performances is trending among artists. All forms of art are now online, and even the major institutions are realigning their programs to go digital. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the segment when we're going to take a look at the virtual performances of some of the best choirs in the country. Bev, Herbs, I'd like to thank you so much for helping me open this interesting topic today. Stick around or watch us online, continue. And I'm really very honored to meet both of you today. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, Tita Gracie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Bev. Thank you, Herbs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on our next guest. She is actually one of our brave frontliners. She's a medically professional doctor. She's medically trained at the UP College of Medicine. But being a neonatologist does not stop her from practicing her passion in singing. Friends, I'd like to call on Dr. Karen Senen to join us.
Good afternoon. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Dr. Karen Senen.
Hello.
Thank you very much for spending this afternoon with us.
Yes, my pleasure.
Thank you. Now, I know that you're going to be showing us a couple of videos. Could you tell us
Yes.
something about the UP Med Choir?
Okay, so the UP College of Medicine Choir has been present since the 1980s, but it was formally made into an official organization in the UP College of Medicine at around the late 80s, 1989. And then I was a member of the UP College of Medicine Choir from 1994 to 2004. It's composed of medical students from the UP College of Medicine. So we usually have rehearsals around 2 to 3 times a week. It
Wow.
help
How do you
Yeah.
find the time?
Oh, we
Given
make
your
time.
medical practice, well, I guess if you love something, you're going to make time, right?
Yeah, so usually when we were students, we would bring our transcriptions, our notes, our books into the choir rehearsal room, and we would read if our section is not the one learning the piece. So even before exams, you'd be surprised people are still attending the rehearsals because it's a stress buster. So with all the pressures of medical school, it really helps us cope. And what started with love for music turned out to be a really good relationship with my colleagues later on.
Yes.
Yes.
And they're all
So,
practicing doctors, right? They're all alumni
yes,
of UP
yes.
College of Medicine. They're all practicing doctors and they're harmonized perfectly. I must
Oh,
admit, when I saw the video, and in a few minutes you're gonna share this with us, I was so
yeah.
impressed. And I understand that you guys, aside from being busy doctors, you're frontliners in this battle against COVID-19, and you still found the time to harmonize, to come together and put this fantastic video. Could you tell us about this first video called Lead Me, Lord?
So actually, this video was performed by alumni of the UP Med Choir. So the last time that we performed together was in 2011. So we haven't sung together for 9 years.
Wow.
And this first song was composed by Mr. Arnel Depano, who, as we know, is also a COVID-19 survivor, and was
Wow.
arranged. Yes. And at the time that we uploaded this virtual choir video, he was at that time admitted for COVID-19. And we
Well,
were just
I'm
so
not going to,
happy.
yeah, I'm not going to make this longer because I'm sure that I hope Arnel Depano is listening today. I had the pleasure of meeting him many years ago for a major competition. He was in the panel of judges. And I am so proud to have the UP Med Choir's video as the first video this afternoon. So, with
Mhm.
your permission, Dr. Karen, I'd like to introduce the first virtual performance of the UP Med Choir, a song composed by one of the Philippines' best composers, Arnel De Panod. Friends, this is Lead Me, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the UP Med Choir and amazing voices, Dr. Karen. I love
Yeah.
it. And
Thank you
I
very
can't
much.
believe that you guys have not been have been performed together for how many years?
9 years.
9 years. But this virtual performance, this recording, I know
Mhm.
that you had something to do about this. So could you just give us an
Yeah.
idea how you decided to put this group together?
Okay, so a small group of the alumni were actually chatting, and at that time, we were. It was the start of the ECQ, and we were so depressed, so down because a lot of us were thrust into the front lines, ill prepared, and most of our mentors were getting sick and were dying of the disease. So again, because it was our stress relief to sing together, we tried singing using a teleconferencing app, but that didn't work. And so I suggested we need to pre-record and sing individually, and then we stitch everything together using a software, and that's how the virtual choir came about.
Well, it is really a blessing. First of
Yes.
all, on behalf of the Filipino nation, I thank you. I salute the UP Med Choir. I salute all of you for making the tremendous risk in this brave fight against COVID-19. The nation owes you a debt of gratitude. We've lost very excellent doctors through this fight, and with those voices singing, it just I can't help but feel how grateful I am that the Philippines is blessed with such a tremendously talented pool of doctors who still find the time to blend their voices to give hope aside from healing. And I am truly, truly honored to have you this afternoon. And I
Yeah.
know that our audiences would love to hear another video. And
Mm-hmm.
could you give us an idea what this other video is about?
So actually, we didn't expect the first song, the first video to really do well, but it trended and became viral because it inspired a lot of people, and it started this whole wave of virtual choir videos from other chorales. No? So we came up with a second song, and again, this is one of our choir favorites. And for this song, 20 batches of UP Med Choir alumni took part,
20.
and yes,
Fantastic.
20 batches. And I think it's best introduced in Tagalog because
Yes.
our write-up for this song was in Tagalog. And
Go
it
ahead,
starts
please.
with, paano magmahal sa panahong tayo'y pilit pinaglalayo? Sa panahong ang anak ay di mayakap ang kanyang mga magulang, sa panahong ang magulang ay di maaring punasan ang luha ng kanyang anak, sa panahong tayo'y hindi magkadaupang palad, sa panahong hindi ka mayakap o mahagkan. So this song is Narito by Gary Valenciano.
Friends, let's listen to Narito. ladies and gentlemen, that was another beautiful virtual choir performance by the UP Med Choir, a choir that is not just talented, but a brave bunch of men and women who are out there in the front lines battling the coronavirus. For those of you out there who were touched by those performances by the UP Med Choir and would like to help the PGH, please, if you find it in your heart and would want to donate, please contact the PGH Medical Foundation or call the PGH hotline at 155 200. That's the PGH hotline, 155 200. Our PGH needs your help. They need our help. And I'd like to thank the UP Med Choir and Dr. Karen Senen for finding the time to share with us this afternoon those two beautiful videos. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, virtual choir performances really touch our hearts in very special ways, especially during this very dark time of the pandemic when everyone is lonely at home or has a friend or a relative who is battling the disease, and we need to be uplifted. Our souls need uplifting, and certainly choral music hits the spot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite a couple of people who are also into virtual choir performances. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy that this afternoon we have representatives from Globe Voices at Work. Let's take a closer look at the corporate choral scene with our two guests. We've got Lester Delgado and Mara Di Masupil of Globe. Good
Hello, Tita
afternoon.
Gracie. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Hello, Lester and Mara. Thank you so much. And I know that our friends out there are interested to know more about Globe Voices at Work. Lester, how did you get into the choral conducting scene and be part of Globe's creative endeavor in the choir scene?
Hello. Well,
Yes.
actually, I studied choral conducting in UST and in St. Paul. And then after that, I started conducting choirs professionally. And I was very lucky that Globe Voices hired me to be their choral conductor.
Now, Mara, being an employee of Globe, I'm sure that you have a very busy life because
Yes,
it's such a
indeed.
fast-paced industry. The telecoms industry is so fast-paced. And how does this being part of the Globe Voices at Work enhance your work-life balance?
Well, definitely, Tita Gracie, it's very difficult to juggle work and living this passion, you know. Usually, what we do is we quickly switch our hats by 6 p.m. So we go down to our venue and we try to think about, focusing on the rehearsals that we have, even if we're getting texts or emails or updates regarding the tasks that we had. But what as they say, music has a very therapeutic effect. And
Yes.
because of that, whenever we have our rehearsals, it regains our energies. We're able to regain our energy and be more happy with what we're doing because we're also doing our passion apart from doing our work. And that's what we're really lucky about with Glow Voices at Work with this opportunity.
I believe that to be true because I've been a part of a corporate chorale in my youth when I was working at the San Miguel Corporation many years ago. I was part of the San Miguel, the Management Services Division Choir, and we had a very interesting time because we had competitions inside the company. different departments and divisions would organize our choral groups, and once a year, it's a big event. Do you have competitions also in Globe, or Lester? Do you join competitions outside of Globe?
Yes, we also join competition. Uh, we've been practicing, and for I think 2 times we already joined international competitions. The first one is in Hong Kong, and the next one was in Indonesia. And
Wow.
we are very happy to say that we won gold prizes in those two competitions.
Certainly, I'm so proud and honored that you both agreed to be on the show today. I am a lover of choral music. So when a big shout out to Mr. Onel Torres, who introduced me to all these fantastic choral performances. Onel is an old friend of mine from the Repertory Philippines, and he gave me your videos, and it floored me. I said I have to devote this Sunday show to choir music, because aside from missing the action of being part of a choir, I really feel that choir music is one sure way to uplift our countrymen's spirits during these very dark moments in that the whole world is undergoing right now. And I'm not going to delay it anymore, because I really want to look at your video one more time. So friends, ladies and gentlemen, Globe Voices at Work is sharing their video with us this afternoon. And the title of the song is Isang Dugo, Isang Lahi, Isang Musika. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the video.
Himig ang aking narinig, minsay nga naginip, ating bansa'y umaawi.
beautiful, harmonious piece featuring the Globe Voices at Work. These very talented men and women of Globe shared with us their fantastic video this afternoon to uplift us, to honor our frontliners, and to show that they are one with the nation during this dark moments that we are facing now. Friends, the beauty of choral music is so unique. And the country is blessed with all these tremendous voices, whether they are doctors, businessmen, professionals who have 9 to 5 jobs. They still find the time to get together online and create these beautiful virtual performances that inspire us, uplift our souls, and give us a few moments of happiness and hope, which is what everybody needs right now. After that wonderful video, I'd like to introduce the next choral director in our lineup today. He is none other than Mr. Ramon Lihauco Jr. of Philippine Meister Singers.
Hi, Tita Gracie.
Good afternoon. Hi.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon. And how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Can I call you Bojo?
Yes, please.
Bojo, how long have you been conducting the Philippine Meister Singers?
I started conducting the group 1998. After being a member since 1989, I took the position as director in 1998.
Yes, but the choir has been around for longer than that, right?
Yes,
When was
the
it originally
choir,
formed?
the choir started in 1957, and the
Wow.
former name is AUP Ambassadors. This is a university choir of the Adventist University of the Philippines.
Yes. And how about you? How did you enter the world of choral conducting?
I graduated choral conducting as my major. I took it in AUP. At the same time, I finished my master's in St. Paul.
My
Choral conducting
alumni. I'm a
also. Yes,
Polian.
yes. Yeah, I heard. I heard.
Yes, from the time I was nursery until I was in second year high school, I was a Polinian in St. Paul's, Manila. And we do have a very strong music department.
Yes, yes. Very.
Music is one of the fortes of music education is one of the fortes of St. Paul's.
Yes.
I'm so glad to meet a fellow Polinian. I'm proud that I finally met you. Now, what is the repertoire of Philippine Meister Singers? Could you give us an idea of what is the typical repertoire?
It's a standard repertoire for all choirs, basically, in the Philippines and around the world. We sing from classical periodic pieces, folk songs, pop arrangements, all of those songs.
And you compete also, right?
Yes, yes, we do. We are blessed to have competed and won prominent competitions around internationally.
Wow.
We got the World Choir Games champion title in 2006. 2018, we got the May International Choral Festival. We got top prizes there, and probably the most notable is 2011 for the Choir of the World.
Choir of the world. Certainly the country is so proud of you. I'm proud of the work that you have
Thank
been.
you.
When I first saw the video, I told myself I'm going to change my plan for this Sunday and try my very best to invite you to my show because like I said earlier, I'm a lover of choir music. I don't hear enough of it. But somehow, given this pandemic and ECQ, I discovered a wealth of virtual choir performances, and you just don't know how happy you made me feel. And I know tonight we're going to make so many other people out there all over the Philippines and even other countries learn more about the talented Philippine choirs we have and what you and the other choir conductors have been doing. And certainly, with this particular piece, that you will share with us tonight. You will do us all proud. Could you give us an idea what this video is about?
Yeah, the title of the song is Heal Our Land. It's popularized by Jamie Rivera. I thought at
Right.
first that it was composed by her, but no, it was composed by an American composer, Brooks, but she made it popular here in the Philippines, Jamie Rivera. So this Heal Our Land is actually a prayer song, a request for healing, not technically healing physically, but healing for the nation, healing for the land. So this is a very simple piece, but very powerful. And if for those who have watched it already, the last part of the piece, I asked my niece to sing the last line of the piece, because for me, I think for prayer, a kid's prayer cannot. There's nothing more innocent and more selfless than a prayer of a child.
Yes, you know,
So I got
the,
the my niece to sing the last part of the song.
no wonder it's in the blood. Singing and musical talent is within the blood talaga. And I'm not going to delay it much longer. I know that everybody is waiting for this fantastic performance. Bojo, I really thank you for being part of us today and sharing this beautiful virtual performance of the Philippine Meister Singers. Ladies and gentlemen, have a listen to Heal Our Land by the Philippine Meister Singers.
If my people will humble themselves and pray. If they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways,
I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins. I will hear from heaven and heal their land. Lord, heal our land. Father, heal our land. Hear our cry and turn our nation back to you. Lord, heal our land. Hear us, O Lord, and heal our land. Forgive our sins and heal our broken land. We bow.
We'll be back shortly with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie only here on V81 Radio. You've got space? Be a host at VK's. Let that room, condo unit, resort, hotel, or event space bring in profit for you. Have those rented out for a short-term vacation or long-term stay. Earn while offering your space to be someone's home away from home, or an area to make new memories. Only at BK's. Log on to bks.ph. Now, after this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy to maximize our platform.
If my people will humble themselves and pray. If they seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways.
I will hear from heaven and forgive their sins. I will hear from heaven and heal their Lord, we bow our knee, we humble ourselves and pray.
When we seek your face, we humble ourselves and turn from our wicked ways.
Father, in your mercy, forgive our sins. Father, in your mercy, heal the
forgive our sins and heal our
Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Only here on V81 Radio. You got space? Be a host at BK's. Let that room, condo unit, resort, hotel, or event space bring in profit for you. Have those rented out for a short-term vacation or long-term stay. Earn while offering your space to be someone's home away from home or an area to make new memories. Only at BK's. Log on to bks.ph. Now, after this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local. Visit local. Go local. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit pinoyads.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa pinoyads.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local. Visit local. Go local. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Now back to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio.
And we're back. This is Tita Gracie on V81 Radio Worldwide, and I'm so glad that this Sunday our show is full of fantastic voices. The Philippine chorale scene is lively. It's full of tremendous talent from different companies, from different professions, different schools, and I'm sure that our virtual performances tonight are delighting our audiences with their beautiful voices. Now, let's take a closer look at our friends from the land of theater. As you all know, the Philippines has a lot to offer in the field of musical theater. And tonight, we are so blessed to have two friends of mine join us from two different countries. I'd like to call on our friend from Hong Kong, Roy Rolyoda, and Noel Reyes from Genting, Malaysia. Hi!
Hi, wow. It's so exciting.
This is very exciting, Roy.
I know it's been so long.
Roy, it's been
15
too
years.
long.
Too long.
Yes.
Selamat datang di
You know,
Malaysia.
Noel, Roy, I am so grateful that you are with me tonight in my show. And
Thanks
please,
for having us.
audience, and then Roy, go.
Oh, definitely. Thanks for having us. You have been blessing a lot of people with your program, so it'd be nice to be part of that.
Yes, Roy, how about you? How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm still.
You're in Hong Kong right now, right?
Yes, I'm here in Hong Kong. 15 years and counting.
15 years with Hong Kong Disneyland?
Well, no, 6 years in Hong Kong Disneyland, and the rest is history. So I do other things now.
So what
He's a
occupies,
maestra. So,
Loko ka.
you know,
he's
friends
a
talagang
master.
we've been friends, Roy and myself and Noel have been friends for so long, and truly this is a reunion.
Oh, correct.
Oo.
Oo, di ba?
Noel,
And
ikaw
from
naman,
different
kamusta ka
countries.
dyan?
I'm good. I'm good. Sangat Baik, thank you very much for having us and letting our little contribution to online performances reach more people. And
Mm.
that's what I guess we all just wanted. You know, we started out. I was just shut in here during, like you said, you call it ECQ over there. They call it MCO over here, Movement Control Ordinance. So it's precisely that your movements are controlled. You have to stay inside. You cannot go outside. We had, I know it. I'm in like a sprawling property called the Genting Highlands, and there's a new theme park here that's gonna open sana this year until this phenomenon happened, and
Yeah.
it's affected everybody, live performers, especially the people from live theater, concerts, cruise ships. All the theaters
Oh.
the lights are dimmed. They're
Yeah.
shut. We can't perform.
There's a term in theater world, the ghost lights on.
Yep,
And
yep, 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 yep.
for us who are, well, ako nakikikibits lang ako sa theater scene, pero I know and I feel for every single artist that is affected by this global pandemic that we're facing. And
Dark. Dark.
it's the theaters are all dark, malungkot, there are no performances, but luckily the internet brought us together,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
Yay.
grateful. I'm so
Oo
grateful.
nga.
You know, when I first saw the video that was circulating, I told myself, I have to contact these two friends of mine. First of all, Roy, it's been more than 10 years. Si Noel also, siguro Noel, more than 6 years that I haven't seen you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That this is
Yep.
going to
But
be
you
a
know why?
tremendous opportunity. So you both played
Yeah.
Quasimodo in the production in Hong Kong?
Yeah, we did.
Right.
With along with other Filipino and locals, Hong Kongese talents.
I see. And then Noel, well, this was also this particular video was your idea, right? While in quarantine.
I'm sure many people, it's like I can't claim my idea or anyone's idea because I'm sure everybody was thinking the same thing. We're so stuck in here. Ano na, safe behind these windows and these parapets of stone. Naloloka na kami dito.
Yeah,
Paano pa
naloloka na.
lumabas?
I love that expression, and the song.
Nagkataon na lang, isang
Successful.
araw, sa sobrang sidhi ng damdamin ko, sobrang ganun na, biglang naging kanta lumabas. And ano pa yung kakantahin ko? What else would is it okay if I speak in the vernacular? What would come out of me but my deepest feelings, which is what I've trained for and what I sang 15 years ago for 1,500 shows of the Golden Mickeys in Hong Kong Disneyland. The show is defunct. It's been replaced by another show 5 years ago, but our show ran for 10 years, right, Roy?
Right. Or is
10
it more?
years.
10 years.
Maybe more.
Yeah, so
Wow.
naturally, sometimes at that time it's just a nice little tune from a cartoon which was released in 95, I think, or 96, and which was
Yes.
sung di ba, by a Hollywood actor, Tom Hulse. And then
Yes.
but now that we're all trapped, we're all unable to perform, we're all feeling like this, we're all Quasimodos, and Frollo as one of our Frollo, the villain in the movie, is COVID-19. We're
True.
all kept from being ourselves, from being what we want to, expressing
Yes,
what's inside
Noel.
here.
All these feelings that we are, we find ourselves, it's now the whole world is feeling like Quasimodo, we're trapped and we cannot express ourselves. It's lonely up there. And, I know that there is hope though, that one day we're gonna be out there. We don't know when. Here
Sitting
in
in
the
the
Philippines,
sun.
extended until May 15. How about in your
Yeah.
neck of the woods?
Here, it's been extended till May 12. And so
How
that's
about
the
in
reason
Hong
why.
Kong, Roy?
The funny thing here is that there's no quarantine.
Oh, okay.
But since January, we have been observing stringent measures. We've been, social distancing, even when the whole world or the rest of the world are still debating whether, to use masks if you're not sick. Kasi nga, sa Hong Kong, we went through SARS already during
Yes.
early 2000. So I guess, for the lack of a better word, paranoid. But
Yes.
actually, we are very, very careful now. And this has actually been helping, Hong Kong and the people here.
Yes. Actually, that particular song that we're gonna feature in your video out there, Roy, may history tayo niyan because I remember many years ago, around 2005,
Right.
when we were doing the Disney tours,
Yes.
you and the rest of our group, we were like a traveling family. And that song was one of the songs that we chose in our
Best times. You're right.
those were the best times. We were so happy. And of course, I know that Disney became your life soon after the road trip, right?
Yeah. For some time.
Yes.
Yes. Can you imagine? It's been that long already.
Speechless.
Booking. Matanda.
So how many Quasimodos are there in the video? How many?
Noel.
We have 11. And
11.
again, it started because I was expressing just this thought, with the only other friend of Quasimodo here in Genting, who I'm doing a contract with, Ariel Reonal, who
Yes.
has a rich imagination, and he's really good. He was a mass comm graduate, so he had experience editing videos. So it turns out we were thinking about the same thing because he's been inspired by all these videos that Les Mis had done. I think Chorus Line did something. So it was just something very, very, very basic to all of us. And so I reached out to the 11 people, more actually, mga 15 people. I formed a Facebook group with and addressed it. Hello, Quasimodo brothers. I'm sure you're all feeling the same thing. Would you please join us? Ganyan. And they were so nice and generous with their time and talent. It was just so enriching to see everybody in that.
Yes.
So one by one, they submitted their videos, and I cried in each submission. The very first one was this guy here, Roy. Mali pa yung
Yeah.
yung instruction ko sa kanya kasi wala akong experience sa ganito eh. It's Ariel who really has the know-how eh.
Yes.
But I made my video first. Sabi ko, it should be something like this, and then with the further inputs of Roy and everyone else, and then the icing on the cake was our old director from New York, who was the very first Quasimodo in 1996 in the Florida Hunchback of Notre Dame show, the full show. He was nice enough to join us, Mr. Jeff Whiting. He's he owns a company now called Open Jar in New York. They make well, it was supposed to be rehearsal studios and costumes, but because of COVID, kwento mo nga, Roy, ano nangyari?
There's an initiative of making masks and other parang mga medical clothing.
Yes.
And you'd see the interesting thing is that you'd see Tony Award winners sewing or what, talagang full force. They're helping the community.
It's there's something like now we're all quarantined or staying indoors, but in the US, their experience in New York is really frightening because people are dying by the hundreds and Broadway is silent. It's like the whole New York is in mourning. But still the actors, the theater people, the theater community, we cannot contain that. You cannot contain the creative energy of the artists in the theater community, and that's it's just so invigorating for me to know that um, our artists, Filipino artists like both of you, you're out there, you're in Hong Kong, Roy, and you're in Genting, and a project like this humble show of mine gets us together for an online reunion, and we're sharing our
Right.
time to uplift the spirits of our audiences. In a few minutes, we're gonna play the video. But before that, I'd like to give each of you a moment to give a message to our Filipino audiences. Um, Roy, maybe you'd like to start.
Sure. Mga kababayan, para akong politiko ha. No, we share in the pain, we share in the in the boredom, we share in even the fear that all of you are experiencing now. Talagang this is a worldwide phenomenon, if you can say it. Pero know that artists like us, or people, OFWs who are in different parts of the world, we are doing whatever we can to help even our fellow Filipinos. Maski inspiration, maski just like talking about how everything is much better now because of all the measures that we have been undertaking. I was just speaking with somebody from Macau a while ago, who's part of the gondoliers, and they're saying, "My God, in Macau, the government is subsidizing. They don't have to pay for their bills, for their house bills,
Wow.
for 3 months, and the government is really initiating a dialogue between the government and the landlords, so that they don't have they can have concessions with their rent, diba? So
Yes.
even stuff like that we get all these knowledge or wisdom from other countries. Maybe even through us and through our music, we can help our fellow Filipinos. So hang in there. Magkakaroon na ng sudden turnaround very, very soon. And
Yes.
we prepare for that.
Roy, I love you. I miss you, my friend. I know that one day, hindi lang sa internet tayo magkakasama-sama. And
Amen.
wish you well. And I am a big fan of yours. I'm a big
Thank
fan
you.
of your talent. You know that, my friend. Thank you
very
for
much.
joining me in my show tonight. And promise this won't be the last time.
Definitely. Really my
Okay,
pleasure.
Noel, do you have any messages for our audience out there, sa ating mga
Alam mo,
kababayan?
natural lang ako madaldal pero ngayon talagang my heart is bursting, but at the same time I also am a little bit short on words, only because kasi emotion siya, listening to these beautiful choral performances by our frontliners. They're doctors. They haven't sung in years, no, and then they're singing together so beautifully, and they're united, no, and giving hope, giving help in their own way, not just by risking their lives, but kami nagpo-perform, nagpo-perform kami. This is our profession. These guys have another bigger one, and which is to save lives. Kami, we like to think we uplift lives, no? But these guys are actually saving lives. So hats off to them. And then there's these Globe guys. Kung walang ngayon, telecommunication, patay tayong lahat kasi hindi natin alam, wala tayong balita, nangangamba na nga tayo sa ngayon lalo pa tayong mangangamba. So kung hala tayong connectedness, siguro nabuang na tayong lahat pag di natin nakakausap ang mga mahal natin sa buhay. Ano na ba nangyayari sa labas? Diba? To share, ako lang, masasabi ko lang sa mga kapatid ko sa theater, sa Pilipinas, kapit lang tayo. Just for now, stay safe, ligtas. I was listening to something over ANC kanina lang, Congressman Tof de Venecia, who's not only a public servant but he's also a renowned theater director, is saying, well, maybe theater has to evolve because there's there are no venues. What can we do, right? Maybe it can become something else. So I don't know about that. I don't know. I'd love to think na we just have to survive for now and be safe and be alive for when the lights burn brightly again.
Right.
I
And
hope
they will.
with our little song that will help at least
Yes.
at least tell people let's pull together, let's stay safe, stay alive, and until we can all get back out there.
Noel, maraming salamat from the bottom of my heart. Mahal na mahal ko kayong dalawa. You know that I respect your talents immensely. Maraming salamat for sharing with us this beautiful video. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce this video of Quasimodos singing this song called Out There. Roll video.
Safe behind these windows and these parapets of stone, gazing at the people down below me.
All my life I watch them as I hide up here alone.
Hungry for the histories they show me.
All my life I've memorized their faces, knowing them as they will never know me.
All my life I wonder how it feels to pass the day.
But above them,
give me one day out there. All I ask is one to hold forever out there, where they all live unaware. What I'd give, what I dare, just to live one day out there. And their weavers and their wives, through the roofs and gables I can see them. Every day they shout and scold and go about their lives, heedless of the gift it is to be there. If I were in their skin, every instant out there, strolling by the sand, taste the morning out there, like ordinary one day, and then I swear I'll be content when my share won't resent, won't despair, old and bent, I won't care. I'll have spent one day out there.
We'll be back shortly with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio. Technology allows us to explore a variety of opportunities. So why not grab one for you? Kickstart your online business with Big Benta. Create an account, visit our store builder, then make your online shop. Be visible, gain customers, and run your business hassle-free. Plus, enjoy the support of our local merchandising team to maximize our platform. Make technology work for you with Big Benta, Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. You got space? Be a host at BK's. Let that room, condo unit, resort, hotel, or event space bring in profit for you. Have those rented out for a short-term vacation or long-term stay. Earn while offering your space to be someone's home away from home, or an area to make new memories. Only at BK's. Log on to bks.ph. Now, after this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit pinoyads.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa pinoyads.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Now back to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie, only here on V81 Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Chat with Tita Gracie. Now, that last video was truly breathtaking. And I'm so proud that my friends Noel Rayos and Roy Rolyoda found the time to put that video together and share that video with us tonight. I am truly honored. And on behalf of V81 Radio, I thank you. And I'm sure that one day we are all going to be out there. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we have to keep on staying at home. And as you know that this show is dedicated to giving you 2 hours of relief every week with great performances, artists from here and abroad, Filipinos who grace the world's stages are going to be featured every week. So remain with us. And I'm sure that somewhere out there, you're going to be seeing them in a stage near you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest certainly is no stranger to the stage. He has been entertaining us from the time that he was still in school. And to this day, he still graces many fantastic shows. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome a very talented musical artist, ladies and gentlemen, Juan Miguel Salvador.
Hi, Tita Gracie. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that intro. And I'd like to greet everybody. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, whichever time zone you are in.
Yes, I'll call you Badong because I know that
Yeah, sure. Feel
calls
free.
you Badong, and I know that since the 80s, so that's 80s, right?
80s naman, 80s.
80s, right?
Yeah.
With the Kundirana, you started your musical career with Kundirana.
Oh, 1979, 1980. Oh, you're right. 70s pa.
Yes, but the Kundirana was such a tremendous choir, right?
Yes, it still is. Actually, it still is.
So, when I planned tonight's episode, I was thinking of featuring chorals, choral performances, virtual choral performances. Tonight, I think that we had a pretty good sampler of the choir scene.
And Tita Gracie, I can relate kasi back in the early 80s, I used to teach chorals also from different schools, and we used to compete in the Sambeda choral collection. And a few of them won, actually. So,
and if you take a closer look at Kundirana, it was such a rich treasure trove of talent because
that's right.
You've got the music industry. Yes, the Philippine music industry so rife with talent from the Kundirana.
Correct. We're talking about Gary V, Randy Santiago, Ding Dong Avanzado, Ogie Alcacid, and the likes.
Yes, and so you were with the Kundirana, and then from school you moved on to the professional stage with
Yes, 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 yes.
breaking rage band in the
Right.
80s.
By accident, may I say. By accident. I was looking for a manager to manage a solo career, but
Yes.
for some reason, I met a manager who Ate Casinto, who decided he wanted to form a band. So that's how it happened. All of a
Well,
sudden,
Ate
I was with a
Jacinto.
rock band.
Yes, and Ate Jacinto, for some of us who can still remember, was instrumental in putting the circus band together,
Correct. That's right.
right?
A
And
band from which singers like Hachi Alejandro, Basil Valdez,
Haji, Pili
Pops
Moreno,
Dadiva, Pili Moreno,
Pabs,
Pat
the great,
Castillo. Oh
yes,
yeah,
of
that's right.
OPM, And I know that the Rage Band, when they tapped you, it was so timely because the 80s saw this tremendous burst in
Yeah, that's right.
music from the UK, from Europe, from the US, with the whole new world, new music and punk
Yes.
and all that. So, what was it like to be part of that scene?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was like it was so exciting, especially at that age, And all of a sudden, you're thrown into the live stage. Rage Band was only in the bar scene for a while because all of a sudden we were catapulted to performing at big venues like Araneta Coliseum, Rizal Theater, the University of Life Theater. And
Yes,
immediately after that, we started traveling to Malaysia, to Singapore, so to Korea. So
yeah.
it was very exciting, especially
Yes,
at that
and
age.
right. And for you it opened a lot of doors, I'm sure, because
Yes, and the training was fantastic.
yes, yes. The music industry is, especially the Philippines, no? We end up having Filipino performers in bars, in theaters all over the world. And
Exactly.
you saw a couple of my friends who are performing in Hong Kong and Genting Highland. We occupied the
Yes,
stage.
yes.
The Filipino performer is unequaled, unparalleled,
Unequal.
right?
I have
And
to agree with that.
yes, yes, and in my show I want to honor that. I want to
Yes,
honor
yes.
these performers, these artists, and really give them a platform to reach out to
Thank you, Tita Gracie, for what you're doing for the musicians.
and current and I was surfing the internet last week, and I
Yes.
I surf all the time. I'm online all the time. I
Mhm.
wa- I came across this message from you, and I
Wow.
do that before the lockdown. You were very busy in the nightclub scene with the Authority band, right?
Correct.
And I had the pleasure of engaging your band in a big party in my previous company, and
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
we closed down Valkyrie, and I remember
Yes, I
my
remember
foreign boss, my foreign boss.
that.
Where did you find these people?
Oh, yeah. That
They
was
were
nice.
so impressed. They didn't realize that there was a band that could do all these great 80s covers. And I said, ba, gusto nyo you like 80s music? Well, I think I just have the right people to perform. And I remember I called you up for that.
Thank
That's such.
you. Thank you, Gracie.
But let's take a closer look at this advocacy of yours, because after the lockdown happened, our
Mhm.
friends in the music industry have no more gigs. And
Correct.
that's very sad. That saddens my heart. Maybe
Yes,
you'd like
true.
to get an idea about this advocacy that you have. Share it with
Oh,
our friends listening.
well, Tita Gracie, you know how it happened. Let me tell you the story. We had been in lockdown for a month already, and it was exactly April 16, early in the morning. Not too early in the morning, not for me. because I sleep long hours. No, singers usually sleep long hours. But that particular morning, my wife Cheryl woke me up and said, "Wake up, wake up!" So I was wondering what she wanted to say, and she told me that so many people are moving and we were not. So I asked her to explain what she meant by it, and apparently she had the intention of putting up a fundraiser in
Oh,
aid of initially live bands who lost their
yeah,
jobs and are stuck at
yeah,
home with
yeah,
no means of earning money.
yeah, yeah. And God bless Cheryl, really, because and you and I know that a lot of musicians are also grateful for the assistance because we don't know. There's no end in sight. We do know that the lockdown will end hopefully by May 15 because but it
Yes.
will take a while to revive the scene.
And unfortunately, we believe, my wife and I believe that the live band scene and a lot of performers, we are going to be the last to be addressed
Yes.
because our kind of job entails mass gathering. So
Yes.
it's going to be difficult for the government to suddenly think, okay, you can start performing.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. I know that the priority are the industries and the businesses that provide essential products and services. And
correct. Yes.
correct, our sector, I'm in the event sector,
Yeah.
us in the creative sector, the artist sector,
Same, I'm sure.
we're going to, we don't know. We are
Oh,
trying,
yeah.
we, as much as we want to hurry things up, we know,
Mhm.
and we have our feet on the ground, and we have to
Correct.
be realistic that we must be patient. But in the meantime, talent, creativity, our energies cannot be contained.
Yes. In fact, I enjoyed that number by Quasimodo, the cast.
Yeah,
That was, oh my God, I was getting teary eyed with that.
it's amazing because since the lockdown happened, virtual performances just blossomed.
I have to do that.
Virtual performances blossomed. Everyone from Lady Gaga to Andrea Bocelli
Right.
to Elton John and all these big name
Yeah.
artists
Right,
doing
right.
virtual performances. We even have Patrick Stewart reciting Shakespeare every day. Andrew
Yes, yes, yes.
conducting a sing-along online. When in the history of performing arts do you have these big names of business not thinking about income or profit, but just being one with humanity?
Yes.
We are experiencing a universal phenomenon.
Yes. Tita Gracie, um, I don't know if you share the same idea with me. They call it the new norm, but they call
Yes,
it the new norm, but I call it the alternative means of performing using social media
interesting. Yeah.
platform. Because
Let's
one way or another, things will get back to normal. So now they call
yeah.
this the new norm, but actually, what is happening now is another means of
Yes,
reaching out to people.
true. And this new normal that we
Yeah,
have in the entertainment and the events business and the gig economy will be here for the long haul.
that is right. That is right.
I think as far as marketing our brand, your brand is the authority. My
Yes,
brand is the Gracie.
yes,
To know how to use this platform as a marketing and communications tool to reach out to our audience because in the marketing world, out of sight, out of mind.
correct.
And not allow this thing, this whole global pandemic to defeat us. I mean, we've
Right.
got to have hope. We've got to have that spark of hope. And the music industry is lending itself to this fantastic outpouring of hope to everyone.
Exactly. Exactly. Even you, Tita Gracie, you're doing a great job. You're doing a
Thank
great
you.
job. Fantastic.
Thank you so much. But I cannot do this without partnering with my friends in the industry, with you, Adong. I'm so grateful. And I do know that we have a few more minutes left, but before that, announce how friends out there, our audience can help you to help our
All
musician
right,
friends.
let me share this. As of late, we have received donations to the amount of 370,000. That's only in a few days, like 6 to 7 days, and we have been able to extend aid to musicians. Exactly 123 people so far, but we have a
Wow.
long way to go. So I'm appealing
Yes.
to the kind people out there, not just our fellow musicians, but from all industries. If you have time and you have the heart, please give to the musicians. We call it the Musicians in Need. It's a fundraiser for musicians in need, which started only as an aid for live bands, but as of far we have been able to help people who work behind the scenes, like personal assistants, bar attendants, even cooks from some
Yes.
bars.
Yes. Yes.
Anything
You
that
know,
has to
I
do with the
admire.
same industry.
Yes. You know, our the entertainment industry, the gig economy is supported by a lot of people. We cannot give a great performance or put together a flawless, perfect event without
Yes,
our PAs, our writers, our lighting
correct,
people, stage
correct.
hands.
And we
It is,
get
yeah.
and Tita, we
And
get a lot of messages. If they log on to the site, which I will mention later, we get a
yes,
lot of messages. Tuloy-tuloy yan, and it doesn't stop, and it's reached hundreds already. So we have a lot
yes.
of issues to address.
So once again, it's called Musicians in Need. And you
Correct.
have a website and a number
Yes, we
to
do
give.
have a website. It's Facebook. It's facebook.com/slash the authority band. Once again, facebook.com/slash the authority band. If you log on to that site, you will see exactly what we're doing because everything is transparent. Our mission is to give 3,000 in aid per musician, which we have been doing. So you'll see everything. Everything's transparent. All transactions are there. So
God bless you. You
please help.
know,
Please help, guys.
Badong, and I'm appealing to all the like-hearted people out there.
Yeah.
Uh, if I know that since this lockdown started,
Yes.
he's been generous with their resources. Baka naman may isa pang pwede tayong matulungan na grupo, ang ating mga musikero, ang ating mga events people in the entertainment industry, the musical industry. I know that the group of Mr. C, sila Ryan Kayabyab, have been also doing
Yes.
Bayanihan Musikahan. Last week we had Moy, or 2 weeks we had Moy Ortiz with us, and you know he also shared with us their experiences. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please log on to the Authority Band. That's look for them
Yes.
in Facebook. That's not this.
Facebook.com/slash the authority band.
Yes. And the project is called Musicians in Need.
Yes.
Madami
Thank you, Tita.
kailangan ng tulong, tulungan po natin. Tulungan natin sila Juan Miguel Salvador para makatulungan ang ating mga kasamahan sa music industry ng
Yes,
Pilipinas.
Tita Gracie. Thank you.
Bago tayo, before we move and to close the show, no? This morning, I opened my email and I was floored with this beautiful song. And thank you for giving us the permission to share it with our audiences. if you were in tears because of the Quasimodo number, I was in tears. Same with my mom. We must have listened to this song about 10 times. So, can you give us an idea about this particular composition?
Well, it's a song that I wrote in 30 minutes because I was so inspired during during that time. It was 2012, and I was inspired by the Lord to write an inspirational song, and I called it "Para Sa'yo, Ama." I immediately recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. And lo and behold, I got a call from Genesis that Gary was very interested in recording his own version. And that version that Gary sang was noticed by the Catholic Mass Media Awards group, and they awarded him for Best Inspirational Song in 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you know, it's a blessing. We did not plan this earlier. It just
Correct.
so
Yeah, yeah, I know.
we had no plan and I had no idea. I just wanted to invite you tonight to be
Yes.
of yeah, I wanted to help raise funds for your
Thank
advocacy.
you. Thank
And
you.
then you told me that I realized you were part of Kundirana, and that's a choir. And we were talking about virtual choirs, and I was talking to the people in the choir community.
It
You had
linked, no? There was a link.
this
Yeah.
link. Truly, the Lord's plan is at work.
Yes.
Hand of the Lord is at work to make this show possible tonight. And I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful to all our guests tonight for sharing their beautiful pieces, their virtual performances. And I hope that we shared a few minutes of time and relaxation and peace and blessings with our audiences, because I do know that one day we're going to be out there again, maybe the new normal. We'll be able to share our time, our talents with our audiences once again. And certainly for you, Badong, I wish you
Yeah.
all the best. I love
Thank you,
the
Tita Gracie.
band.
Thank you.
I am a big fan of yours. I love your sister Vicky. You know,
Ah.
we're, we're very good friends from a
And and your brother is my neighbor,
yes, he's just right
Hector. Yeah.
there.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I consider you and Vicky part of my family, my entertainment family and my Assumption family. And since Sanlo days pa, we were neighbors there. No? So
Yes.
how this song is such a fitting way to be the finale of the show tonight, because it is a prayer
Yes. Yes.
giving back the glory and honor to our Lord. Kasi
That's
sa
right.
kanya nanggaling lahat ng talents na to. And
Correct.
the Filipino talent is, you know, we're a pious lot. We hold on to the Lord in times of jubilation and more so in times of tragedy, like what's happening now. And there is no better way to end tonight's show than to share this piece of music. And Badong, maraming salamat.
Amen. Amen to that. Thank you, Tita Gracie.
Yes, I wish you well, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Miguel Salvador has been around in the music scene for many years, still out there, still sharing so much of his talent and his expertise with us in so many ways. And being part of our scene, his heart is in the right place. Because this time, we want to help our musicians, our stage personnel, the people behind the scenes that entertain us, bring joy to us during times of normal, during the normal times. But these days, it's extraordinary times. We live in a time of pandemic, something we did not anticipate. Nobody saw this coming. We are responding as best as we could. And how do us in the entertainment and events industry respond? By sharing our talent. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is a special video of a song composed by Juan Miguel Salvador, Para Sa'yo, Ama.
Tinapay, alay ko sa'yo. Panginoon, tanggapin mo at gawing banal ito. Turuan mo kami maging mapagdasal, maging mapagbigay, maging iyong kamay. Para sa'yo, Ama, nilalaman ng isip ko. Para sa'yo, Ama, bawat tibok ng puso. Pagkat sa'yo nagsimula lahat ng yaman sa mundo. Muling inaalay para sa'yo. Turuan mo kami maging mapagdasal, maging mapagbigay, maging iyong kamay. Para sa'yo, Ama, nilalaman ng isip ko. Para sa'yo, Ama, bawat tibok ng puso ko. Pagkat sa'yo nagsimula lahat ng yaman sa mundo. Muling inaalay para sa'yo. Pagkat sa'yo nagsimula lahat ng yaman sa mundo. Muling inaalay para sa'yo.
Leading personalities, representative insights, relevant current issues all together in a meaningful and delightful conversations as your social barometer. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Sundays, 6 p.m. Hosted by breakthrough millennial boomer Gracie Venezuela. Let's chat with Tita Gracie. Only here on V81 Radio. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, the future of radio. This is your all hits, all Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.